Hello and welcome. My name is Amanda, and this is my channel, Her Pacific Northwest Washington Life. And this is the start of our week 7 vlog. I just finished reading After Ever Happy by Anna Todd, which is the 4th book in the After series. And I hated it. I am giving it a 1-star rating. And I didn't like the plot of this one or what went on, really. Tessa and Hardin were just being stupid again, and just a really dumb, toxic relationship. And he kept throwing around, like, marrying her just to get her back, and it's just, I hate that so much because, like, marriage isn't a little thing. So I really, really didn't enjoy the book. But I wanted to finish it. There's only one more book in this series, and it's called Before. So I don't know if maybe this is from, like, Hardin's perspective or Tessa's perspective of before they met. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to give it a go just to finish out the series because I'm a completionist, but these books are no good. And they're just so toxic. But that's how my day went. I want to start another audiobook, but I've got 2 buddy reads that I think I'm going to start this week. One is Graceling with my friend Eric over at Break Even Books, and the other is A Court of Wings and Ruin with my friend Darshell over at Books and Planners. So I'm still reading The Bear and the Nightingale, and I'll probably read A Court of Wings and Ruin on my Kindle just because I already have it, and I've been flying through those books on ebook. So I think I want to read Graceling via audiobook. And it's on Scribd. It's also at my library, but my library, it's there's like a 6-week hold on it right now. I think I'm 3rd in line or something. So I'll probably listen to it through Scribd. But I need to ask Eric when he wants to start that. So right now, the only thing I've got going is The Bear and the Nightingale by Katherine Arden. So yeah, I need to talk to both Eric and Darshell and see where our buddy reads are at. But it's the 10th day into the month. I finished a book yesterday and I finished a book today, so I'm only 2 books down for the month. So my progress isn't as good as it was last month, but that's okay. I can catch up for sure, which I don't even know what I'm catching up to. I've already finished 11 books now this year, so I'm 11% of the way through my reading goal on Goodreads, which is 100 books. But I'd like to finish that well before the end of the year. That way I don't feel any stress or pressure to hit that 100 book mark. So we'll see how these next couple of months go. But right now, I think I'm going to message both Eric and Darshell and see what our reading plans are, if either of them are ready to start our buddy read or not. And then I guess I'll let you know from there. I'm not sure if I'm going to check in again today. I'm almost off work. I've just got a couple more minutes left. And then I need to practice violin. And then it's just gonna be a relaxing day. I might start cutting out the crepe paper for the carnations I'm making for my wedding flowers and bouquet and stuff. So I might do that while we watch a movie if Sky wants to watch a movie, and if not, maybe I'll start watching Gilmore Girls: A Year in the Life. I don't know yet. There's lots of things to be decided upon, and I'm just not ready yet to make those decisions. So I'm gonna go for now, and if I don't talk to you today, I'll probably talk to you tomorrow and at least let you know what audiobook I've picked up. So I will chat with you eventually. Just kidding. I just remembered that there is a package on my porch, and it is my Geek Gear box. This is my first ever like a official monthly box from Geek Gear. I decided to get it because, well, I wanted it, but also I wanted to maybe get some little trinkets and like Harry Potter stuff for our wedding, and also just for in the next couple of years when we buy a new house or build a house. I really want a library, or my study, my office or something, to be like Ravenclaw common room themed. So I just thought it'd be fun to kind of start collecting stuff right now. I did ask for the Ravenclaw themed box, so it's got some brown and blue worms in there. But the first thing is the shirt, and let's try not to get the stuff everywhere. This print is a Hungarian horntail print, which is pretty cool. I don't mind a big like print like this, so that's fine, and I don't care if it's like super obvious that it's Harry Potter. This seems a little small. It's a women's large, and I guess it would be okay. I just kind of have broad shoulders, and it seems pretty narrow, so I might actually switch, because I like more like loungy, loose-fitting shirts. So I might switch to like the unisex smaller medium, depending. Let's see. The next thing, there's a tube in here, which I'm intrigued by, but I don't think I'm ready to open that yet. There's worms everywhere in it. So the next thing, here's a box. We like boxes. Oh, this says Bone Regenerator Skelegro. Bonafide results every time. So I think it's just a miniature bottle of Skelegro, which I think they have like a full-size bottle in the shop that you can buy, but that's really cute. I like that a lot. It's quite hefty in weight, and I'm not sure if you can actually open it. I don't think so. So it's just a wooden figure there. So I like that. I don't need it to have liquid inside. Next thing, let's see. Oh, I didn't know they had scratch cards. That's cool. Oh, there's a wand in here. I think maybe this is supposed to have, maybe not this. Maybe it's not a, I don't really know what's going on, or maybe that's a spoiler? Because I'm not seeing a wand box. All right, the next thing, ooh, is a prophecy orb. I was looking at these on the Noble Collection's website. Oh, that's cool. It's 2 pieces. And then you've just got a clear glass orb. And then the stand here has little dragons, I think. Maybe snakes on it. But that's what it looks like there. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot, actually. There is, oh, this must be the spoiler card that looks like a little actual envelope. Yes, okay, that is the spoiler card. I'll look at that in a minute. I knew that there was a charm bracelet for this year. So here is the actual bracelet itself. Let me pull this out, and then I'll show you what the first charm is here in just a second. So it's a nice thick chain, and you can adjust it to any length you need. And then the first charm, oh, it's a little owl. That's very cute. All right. It's kind of hard to see all the detail, but that's it. And I'm hoping that that's focusing well enough. I'm still on the GoPro right now, so I don't know if you can see that. Also, I'm a little unsure of how you're supposed to add this because there is a heart on the end and that doesn't go through. But one of these links is loose, so I could slide that off. But then I'd have to retighten it every time. So I'll have to kind of figure out and mess with that, how to figure out the best way to get that on. All right, so the next thing, and it might be the last thing other than this tube, is a print, which I like this a lot. It's a kind of house crest print, and it just says Hogwarts on it. I do like that. All right, and then inside this tube is definitely not a wand. I'm not sure what this is about. I think it might have gotten in there on accident. I'll watch other unboxings and just make sure that I got the same thing and nothing was missing, but I think that's okay. And then it looks like there's a second poster of one of the twins. So this is, it just says Wizardry Friends, part 1 of 4. And that's gotta be when they were rooting for Ireland, right? Is that? I think that's what that's all about. Let me consult the card. So, let's see. We've got the licensed and exclusive Hogwarts print. That was licensed by Warner Bros. And designed by Pyramid International. There's the exclusive Hungarian t-shirt, exclusive Skele-Gro potion replica, exclusive Wizardry Friends artwork, part 1 of 4, designed by Kevin Cantwell, which I do have a picture of Hedwig that was painted by him. There's also the Prophecy Orb replica, Wizardry Charm bracelet, and then the monthly charm, which is the Snowy Owl. So that's it. I think this was in here by mistake, which is kind of a bummer because it's a really cool looking wand. It's kind of got a knight on the cover. And the spoiler for next month, or the hint, is pious thickness. So maybe it is a wand. I don't really know. I've never attempted to guess anything because this is obviously my first time receiving one of these boxes. So that's fun. I like a lot of these items. I'm honestly not a big fan of this print. It might be better though once they're all together and I can see what this is all about. So we'll see for next month. But that's really it for now. I'm gonna go let my dogs in and I don't know what else. Oh, practice my violin. That's the thing I need to do. So I will chat with you soon. I started 2 new books today. The first one was Elantris by Brandon Sanderson, and I'm listening to it on Audible for the Cosmere read-along that's being hosted by a couple people. I know Kaz from Little Book Owl and Becca from Becca and the Books are some of the hosts for this read-along, but it's basically reading a couple books in the Cosmere for the next 11 months. So Elantris is the first one, and I'm really glad I stumbled upon this read-along because I've been wanting to get into some Brandon Sanderson books, and especially like some of the books that center or are based in the Cosmere, but I just didn't know where to start. And before I found the read-along, I was looking up recommendations for like what books to start with, and there's no like real reading order or anything, so I was really glad to find this. That way I knew, or at least I had a jumping off point, I guess. I'm really, really, really enjoying Elantris. It's following 3 different points of views. I can't remember any of the names right now. I know one is like it kind of reminds me of Riordan, but it's not. And then there's like Celine or something. But I think it's really intriguing what's going on, and I really, really want to know more about what happened to the Atlanteans. Is that what they're called? So I think that'll be really interesting to find out. I did order Elantris and one of the novella bind-ups from Book Depository. It's the first time I've ordered from Book Depository. But I really wanted the UK covers of the Brandon Sanderson books. I think I also ordered the first 3 in Mistborn, but I can't remember. I think I ordered 5 books total, so really excited for those to show up. I'm sure they'll be here like next month or something, because I've heard Book Depository is pretty slow on shipping. But I even came home. I had my violin lesson tonight because tomorrow, which is Wednesday, I've got a dentist appointment, which I don't know why I scheduled that during my lesson time, but I did 6 months ago, so whatever. But when I got home from my lesson, I was telling Skylar about it and told him that when I'm done with it on Audible, he needs to start listening to it if he's done with his podcast and stuff. So it'll be really cool to have that to talk about with him. I think he'll really enjoy it as well. And then the other book I started was Graceling by Kristen Kishore. This is a buddy read for me that I'm doing with my friend Eric at Break Even Books. The section today was to read chapters 1 through 7, and I think it's interesting. This cover had just always intrigued me. I thought it was really pretty, so I found it not last year, but I think the year before at Half Price Books and picked it up. And I wasn't planning to get to it, but Eric and I wanted to do a buddy read, and I think he had commented on my all of my physically owned TBR books and said he would read this one with me. So we're doing it. It's been a while since I've read the synopsis, so I kind of knew this was like a sort of assassin-y book, but not really. And I don't really like assassin stuff, but I think this is interesting with learning about the different graces that people can come into. So you identify a graceling by whether or not they have 2 different colored eyes. Katza, who we're following, she's got a blue eye and a green eye, but people have like all different colored eyes when they are graceling. And I think it's really interesting too that it's not just that their grace is like being really good fighters or being good assassins or whatever it is, but you can have like a really good affinity, is that the right word, with like swimming or dancing or cooking. You could be really good at math, things like that. So I think it's pretty cool that it's not just like one specific thing that people have these super abilities with. So it's intriguing so far. We've got a somewhat mystery character who's also Graceling that Katza already had a run-in with, and now she's at her uncle's palace. So we'll see where that goes, if it turns into them working together or romance or what have you. So that'll be interesting. But I just finished my section and now I am gonna go to sleep, since tomorrow's only Wednesday. So I will catch up with you tomorrow with whatever I'm reading, since I've got 3 books going at one time. I never used to be like this, but here we are. So I will check in with you tomorrow. I Just wanted to do a quick check-in for today. I am now 2 sections into Graceling, which is my buddy read with Eric. So tonight I have to get through chapter 18, and it's going well so far, I think. I'm liking the story more than I anticipated because it's a lot less of an assassin-y story than what I originally thought. I like the world that's being built up, and the council that Katza is running, and how she's kind of coming to terms with the things that she does for her uncle, and how they as in the council, would normally send people out to protect people against what Katza's doing for her uncle. So I think we're going to come to a turning point really soon here, where Katza makes a stand against her uncle and stops doing his dirty work for him. So excited to see that. I really like her cousin. I think his name is Raffin. Raffin. He's the prince and heir to the throne, but he is a super like sciencey nerd kind of guy, and he just likes to learn a lot of stuff, spend his time in libraries, talk about science and medicine and things like that. So I really like that. And then we've been introduced to Prince Greening, I think that's his name, but he goes by Poe. And there was an interesting revelation made about his grace just a little bit ago, I think at the end of chapter 13, and which is where, or 14 is where I stopped yesterday. 13 is where I stopped. So I think some big things are going to happen in the next probably 2 sections or so. But I'm 143 pages into this right now. So it's going pretty well so far. I haven't read any more of The Bear and the Nightingale yet. Just haven't picked it up. Not much else to say there. And then I am... how far am I in Elantris? I'm on the start of chapter 21, so I only have 14 hours left of Elantris, and I'm really liking this so far. I prefer Serene's chapters, and I always have to think it's not Raiden, but it's like Raiden. His chapters, the prince and the princess, I really like their chapters a lot. I'm not so keen on the priest guy. What is his name? This is one thing that really bothers me, is when authors name 2 of their main characters something very similar, because I keep mixing the characters up and I can't remember their names to save my life. But I don't like the person who's the bad guy, obviously, because he's a bad guy. And I think it's really interesting what Serene and Raiden are doing. I think that's his name. This is the problem with reading high fantasy as an audiobook and not as a physical book, because you don't get to see the words written out, but also you know how to pronounce them because someone's pronouncing them for you. But I think it's going to be really interesting what's coming up. So that's my reading for right now. A little over a month ago, I ordered some items off of Cauldron Crate, which is a bi-monthly subscription box that comes out of the UK. I only ordered a couple items that come to the shop because I wanted them. They're packaged really nicely. You've got just the squiggly worm things, and then you've got items packaged like this, which is good because I ordered a teacup and saucer, which are obviously quite fragile. So, and I think that's the only thing I ordered. Yes. So I will show you what those are really fast. They're essentially the teacup and saucer from Prisoner of Azkaban, with the Grimm imprint in them. So this is the saucer, and it just says, "My dear, you have the Grimm." I don't think you can wash these. I think that printing would come off really, really easily if you did. Part of it's already scratched off. And then this will be the teacup. That is packaged really well, though. And then it's got the little tea leaves and things in there in the shape of the Grimm. So I thought it was really cute just as a little prop to use for photos and things like that. I don't actually intend to use it for drinking because, like I said, I'm pretty sure if you did, the print would come off pretty easily. But I'm slowly collecting items for my future library office that's going to be themed as the Ravenclaw common room. So just some things I'm picking up just because. But yeah, that's about it for right now. My brother is going to be here in a little under an hour. He's going to come do his taxes on my computer. And I am going to sit and read on the couch until he gets here. So that might be it for right now. Unless something really exciting happens in Graceling, then I will for sure let you know. But if I'm being honest, I probably won't even check in until tomorrow. So I will chat with you at some point. I just wanted to do a really quick check-in before I go to sleep. I finished another section in Graceling, so Eric and I only have 2 more left. And it's going well so far. This is definitely a very character-driven story and not a plot-driven story, which I don't really mind for the most part, but we got to a point where I thought things were actually gonna pick up and start happening, and they did and they didn't. So it's an interesting sort of read. We are learning about other people and their graces, and there's a person who has a pretty scary grace that can kind of transfer to other people if they believe what he's saying. So that's really interesting. A lot different than the graces we've seen so far. And so, yeah, I don't know what else to say that won't be diving too deep into it and being so spoilery. I also have been listening to Elantris, and I think I only have 10 hours left, which seems like a lot, but usually on work days I can get a good 4 hours read. I have 9 hours and 57 minutes left, and I'm still really liking that story. Plot just shifted a little bit, and someone became an Elantrian, or the Sheod took him. Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. Someone interesting. So I think that'll be neat to see how the story kind of shifts and things. I'm still waiting for Serene and Raoden to, well, Serene mostly, to realize who Raoden is. And he's making some pretty interesting discoveries with books he's been finding. So I can definitely see why this would be a book in a series, even though a lot of people do say it works as a standalone, and it's the only book in the series right now. I'm pretty sure it's being turned into a series, or the intention was to have it be a series, but I am so deep into this world, and I just want to find out more about it and what's going on and what happened with the I can't remember what it's called, but with the Elantrians, and what changed 10 years ago that made the magic kind of go bad and stuff. So really looking forward to finishing that up. It'll probably be early next week, since tomorrow's Sunday, and we'll be spending time with the kiddo today Sky worked on his friend's car with him. He brought it over, so they were in the garage for like 10 hours. So Maddie and I got up to some shenanigans. We went with my dad to Lowe's and picked up 4 more interior doors, and just kind of hung out. We watched Secret Life of Pets 2 again. We watched that Friday night, and then Maddie wanted to watch it again this morning, so I sat and read a little bit. We hung out at my parents' house and played Go Fish and just kind of did some fun things. So looking forward to actually having Sky spend time with us tomorrow. I know we're gonna, Maddie actually asked, I think Friday, if the next weekend he was with us, we could go to the airport for breakfast. We have like little local airports near us with the itty bitty planes. So I think, no, I don't think. I know that Sky said tomorrow we should do that as a treat for Maddie and just take him to the airport for breakfast. So we're gonna do that, and then probably they're gonna play Arcadia Quest. I'm working on setting up a new planner. I was bullet journaling for the first month and a half, and it's just not working very well for me. So I am making my own happy planner, I guess, but out of printable inserts from Etsy, because I like the Erin Condren style of inserts better, with the tiny space in between the days versus happy planners, which are right next to each other. And then just I'm making it a happy planner with the happy planner discs. That way I can move pages around, because I always have them set in my mind how I want something set up, and then realize that the flow doesn't work very well for me. So I want to be able to, move things around and customize as I want. So when I'm done setting that up, I might do a flip through of it as a separate video, but we'll see. Oh, I also finally emailed Sony today about my camera. So hopefully they can do something for me. It's out of warranty. I don't think we purchased a warranty for it. And then it was only a 1-year warranty, like through them. And I've had it for 2 years, but I'm hoping that I won't have to shell out a couple $100 just to get a piece of plastic fixed so that a memory card can slide in. But we'll see. So, yeah, that's about it. That's a lot more than I was going to update you on, but I just remembered a lot of things. So now I'm going to go brush my teeth, wash my face, and hop into bed. Sorry. Yeah, so before I do that again, I will just say goodbye now, and I'll chat with you tomorrow to close this vlog out. Just wanted to jump on really quickly and close out this vlog. I haven't finished a book yet this week. I'm still in the middle of the 3 that I had mentioned at the beginning of the week. I've got another like 65-page section of Graceling to read tonight with Eric, and then we'll have that finished tomorrow night. I haven't touched The Bear and the Nightingale at all this week, and Elantris is still going pretty well. I think I maybe got an hour or so of listening time in today for that. I'm in the middle of chapter 35 right now. Yeah, so I've got 8.5 hours left, so I should have that done by Tuesday, I would think. But yeah, overall, my reading has been going pretty well, I'd say. I think I've still only finished 1 book for this month so far. No, I finished 2, but that's okay. So I would just love to know what you have been reading this week or lately, and if you would care to let me know down in the comments below, I will chat with you there until my next video. Bye!